How are we all doing this evening? This is Nate, Commissioner here at the NPBF, here to bring you another D-League Season 9 Midseason interview. And today, I'm joined by Tyler, coach of the Orlando Magikarps, who has been making a splash the last couple of seasons now, huh?
Yeah, I love the pun there. I'm trying.
Okay, so before we dive into your team, get it?
uh,
Let's talk about your competitive background. Um, Meeting you, I met you through Jesse and Lagoons, but what got you into competitive? Where did you start?
Honestly, I I mean, I've played Pokemon since, Red and Blue. Obviously not competitive or anything. I'll be honest, I really didn't get into like actually doing, um, I started with Wi-Fi battles, just randoms on the internet or on the online on the Switch or DS at the time in Gen 7.
Okay.
Um, but that was, and then I watched a bunch of YouTube videos, and um, I think one of them was he's a smaller one, but it was Gator.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Gator is I think the first one I started watching, and he was part of the WB with like K Drive and all of them, and like AIM and uh Kyle A and all those guys. So I mean, it was like that's I mean, honestly, the first when I realized that there was such thing as these things called draft leagues. So um, one of the groups that I was in uh did a open or like a one, and that was the first one. So that was actually in Gen 8. Gen 8 was the first um draft league that I've done. That was before the Crown Tundra, though, I believe. So I think it was like base Sword and Shield.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
So,
still fairly new to this stuff.
I mean, Tyler, we've been in a couple of leagues now. By the way you battle, I had no idea that this was essentially you in the beginning of drafting. The way Jesse and David made it sound that you guys had been drafting and playing competitive for maybe a year and a half prior to Gen 8. Because I did get to meet Jesse in person. Me and James went down to Georgia and we got to meet Jesse in person. And your name came up prior to me ever meeting you. And you guys definitely are. You guys are all solid battlers. Um, I that is wow. You've been playing draft since before Crown Tundra. I
It might actually been Isle of Armor. It might even been before Isle of Armor. I think it was Gen 8 when like Gen 8 was still just Gen 8 with no DLC.
mm-hmm.
I could be wrong though. Crown Tundra might have came out, but oh no, it was before. It was definitely before Crown Tundra because um there was no Landorus. I know that there was no Landorus
Okay.
in the draft stuff. So
Wow. You have my absolute respect. I mean, that's you're the second person now to tell me that you have gotten into playing draft recently. When I say recent, I say within like the last year. Because I know myself and like maybe a few others, I started in Ruby and Sapphire, and then I deployed, so I missed Diamond and Pearl, I missed Black and White, and I got back for Black and White 2 at the end of it, and then X and Y was my reintroduction to playing competitively. Um, wow. That means the sky is the absolute limit because you, in the 2 years that in the 2 seasons that you've been here, um, you have made absolute mincemeat of a lot of your enemies. Um, so far this season, you are currently the division leader. You drafted. Where is your team? Kyogre, Kanto Zapdos, Alex's Wincon and Sylveon, Tangrowth, Nidoking, Darmanitan, Licky Licky, Sneasel, Cherubug, Galarian Stunfisk, and Mega Ampharos. Of course, I know why you had to pick Mega Ampharos because you got Kyogre, but I mean, the rest of your team is just fat.
Yeah. I mean, I had to make a couple changes. I know it's not anything close to what the original team was that I drafted because I know I
Oh,
had Rillaboom and
I can
Rotom
tell you.
Wash.
So,
Yeah.
you originally had Kling Klang, and you dropped that for Stunfisk G. Then in week number 2, you drop Rotom Watch for Tangrowth, Rillaboom, Rillaboom for Zapdos Kanto, and then most recently you drop Mega Altaria for Mega Ampharos.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Um. Well, to be honest, I needed to make quite a few changes. Um, Clink Clink was a good steel type, but
Mm-hmm.
that one for sure. I think Sunfisk has proved its reliability, and it's really my best rock setter that I have. I only have two, and that and Nidoking, but Nidoking's not really there to set rocks.
He's there to sweep.
Yeah, well, yeah, or break sometimes, but I haven't had the best luck with it this far this season so far. Um, I think it. I don't think we keep track of the kills and everything. I think it may only have a few at most.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, so I needed a. I don't think Clink Clink gets rocks, so that was the whole reason that I switched to Stunfisk was to get a better rock setter, and it's ground steel, so I think it's no ground doesn't resist fire. It's just I think a little bit better of a fit than Clink Clink was. And then let's
You
see what
you dropped
else.
Wash for Tangrowth, which makes sense because you did have Rillaboom, but I think when I was looking at when you made the drop, I was like, okay, he got rid of the second water type and the ground immunity for a regenerating grass type that's already defensively bulky.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's pretty much the thought process there. Rotom Wash is a good, you know, defensive check. I mean, it's immune to ground, which is one of its weakness with the levitate, unless they have
Mold
Mold Breaker,
breaker.
obviously. Um, and then Tangrowth, yeah. Tangrowth is just fat on the physical side, physically defensive. That's really all I've been running it is physically defensive with like a helmet and like knockoff Leech Seed, that kind of thing, just to be a wall for certain mons that I fought against. Like just to name a few, it did really good in Solgaleo, Garchomp, Zygarde 50,
Mm-hmm.
Melmetal. So it was. I think that was it fit better. I've never had luck with Rillaboom. I've only drafted it twice, and I mean, I don't think I ever brought it this season. I might have brought it and never. Like I think I brought it week one, and I mean, obviously, I didn't use anything but Ogre week one. Um, but yeah, I just was did not see myself like using it, so I had to make a couple swaps there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then with Mega Altaria, I know listening to the draft analysis that you and Alex did to start the season, it did make a lot of sense that Sylveon and Mega Altaria do pretty much the same thing. So it was I like Sylveon a little bit better than I do Mega Altaria. So that was a little bit
Everyone like
easier decision to make.
everyone likes Sylveon. You know how many angry people there were in the chat when you drafted Sylveon?
Yeah, but it's also been pretty clutch too. I mean, I remember list. I usually watch the recap videos for D League and main season, and Alex talking about it how he runs the physically defensive set, which
Mm-hmm.
is max physical defense, max HP, and I mean that's good and all, but I've when it calls for it, I've been running it fully special defense because it hits almost 400 with like a calm nature, and
Oh, that's
yeah,
gross.
yeah, it's got like 130 base special defense, I think, pretty high.
Yeah, that's gross. So let's talk about your schedule. So first and foremost, Tyler, through week 6, you have 6-0'd 4 out of 6 opponents.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I if there's a chance to not lose them on, I'm not gonna lose them on. Um, I know some people will just throw out a sack to like get a free switch in,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not gonna do that if it doesn't call for it. Um,
Well, I mean, when it comes to battling in a draft league, the objective is to win, of course, but also to get a high differential. Because I mean, one point is can be the difference between a division spot and a wild card spot, which also
yeah,
changes your opponent. So I definitely don't fault you for trying to keep up your differential, but I mean 4 6-0s in 6 weeks. That is not hard to pull off, but it's definitely uncommon.
yeah. I mean, Ogre makes it kind of easy too. Um,
Scarf water
I mean,
style.
it's versatile in what I could choose to do. Um, I've obviously showed a couple different sets so far, whether it be the scarf, water spout route, or the subcall mind, or the protect 3 attacks. Um, I mean, I might even think of like a physical set if like my spot's locked in at one point,
Mm-hmm.
just for the fuck of it, or just for the fun of it, just to see how a physical ogre will do.
If you run physical ogre and you win with it, I will commend you. And I'm pretty sure Alex and the rest of them will be like, Tyler's gonna be a problem. Because Gen 9 is gonna be base Gen 9. So all of this fun stuff that we have is pretty much going to be gone.
Yeah,
Which
so we
I'm
might as well
excited
make the
for.
most of it
Oh yeah.
while we can.
So with this being at the halfway point of the season, first and foremost, who in the rest of your schedule are you looking forward to battling?
Well, honestly, Max again, because like I said before, he's the only one that's beat me. Um, so I'd really like to get him this time around.
I mean, you guys are the
Um,
closer.
yeah, and that'll definitely, I think that'll seal the division mostly.
I
Yeah, I
mean,
think he's only 1 win away. Well, we
no,
have the same record.
your
Yeah,
differentials are the reason you're the champion and he's not, because of course your 6-0s have just created this gap.
yeah.
Now,
Um, no, go ahead.
um, if you are if you do make playoffs, which currently you're sitting at 5-1. You only need two more wins and you're pretty much going to be a lock for playoffs. Who do you not want to face in the first round?
Honestly, let me look at the standings real quick. I mean, Jeremy's looking kind of solid lately. Obviously, in Emerald, Floyd and Devin both are killing it. Um, I mean, there's not no one that I wouldn't want to face, but I guess probably the toughest run for the money would be either Floyd, um, Devin, or Jeremy, or Max. But I don't think I wouldn't face him first, even if we did most make playoffs.
Well, actually, unless so, if the standings stay the way they are, Max would definitely be in your side of the bracket, but you would have Jaden and the Victinis as your round one.
Oh, I didn't even realize he was still in playoff contention. Um,
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
their
Jaden.
division
I
has
mean,
three people.
oh, yeah, Jaden. I know he's had a couple rough weeks lately, but I mean, I've done a couple of drafts with Jaden. He's always been a very stout battler, and he's got that Necrozma Duskmane that is a tier in its own right. Um, so honestly, he would probably. I know I gotta fake think I face him week 9, so that could
Maybe a playoff preview.
maybe.
Yeah, I definitely think coming into Kyogre, I'm in a team draft in another league, and I drafted Rain. I didn't get Kyogre, unfortunately, but
Yeah,
it
I think
seems
you're talking
all of
about TPO, right?
yeah.
Yeah, they banned Ogre, which is to be expected.
But I mean, I had Pelipper, and they allowed Barraskewda, which I think I got Barraskewda to like 1275 speed under Rain.
Oh yeah, that thing is super fast.
But I mean, your team is solid. I mean, I don't see any major holes. Um, I mean, you don't have a fire type, but you don't need one. You have other ways to deal with grass types.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, you don't have a
Yeah,
fire
I've
type.
never drafted a fire type this season, huh?
But I mean, the team is balanced without one. I think if you
Yeah.
try to like shoot, no, you do have one. It's Darmanitan. I'm looking right
Oh
at
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
But I mean, at the frequency that we see it actually come out and click like Flare Blitz, I think you've used it more as like a pivot to kill something really quick and then to get back out.
I mean, yeah. Well, honestly, with me setting rain up, it kind of counteracts. I mean, what Darmanitan's strongest with the Life Orb or the Choice Scarf, Sheer Force, Flare Blitz. Um, so it if rain's down, it makes it a little bit easier to come in and just click Flare Blitz. Um, but yeah, I think I'm kind of sad that I haven't done more with Darmanitan than what I have.
Mm-hmm.
Same with I mean Mega Empress had its shine one week with the Cotton Guard wrist set,
That
which
was
was
that was that was a nice
nice.
set.
Yeah. I thought I made a big mistake when I saw Cosmic Power. Um but luckily they switched out after they got to +6. I don't understand why, but that's another conversation for another day.
Which week was this?
Because my it was versus the Lipards
Oh, against
week.
Alyssa. I think I
Yeah,
was raging during that battle.
yeah. Because my Thunderbolts, I was just fishing for a pair. I mean, I'm pretty sure you said that on the recap video, but I was fishing for a pair the whole time. Um, yeah, I don't know why it didn't pair up. And then, like I said, I think if she would have stayed in, I think
Mm-hmm.
she had the initiative there.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of your opponents, they came with solid preps against you, but you just seem to have just that one play that turns the entire match into your favor.
Yeah. Um, and it's not even like a lot of the stuff I don't even think gets planned for like necessarily. Like I think going into like that battle in particular, I needed something to, I guess, just be annoying, and I think the majority of Hermans were more physical than, yeah, Solgaleo, Mimikyu, Cinderace, Mienshao. I mean, I think those are all mons that I saw are brought, and like they're normally run physical side, so I needed something really strong to deal with that on the physical side and just be a brick wall because I couldn't really bring tank growth because Mega Venusaur hits it really hard,
Oh,
Cinderace hits it really
Cinderace.
hard, Hydreigon hits it really hard, and she's shown fire moves with Solgaleo, so I was like, well, if that gets hit with a fire move, it's not going to live as long, and it doesn't really have a boosting move to help, counteract that. But I was like, well, Cotton Guard Ampharos, Mega Ampharos, let's see how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, so far, you have definitely not slowed down since last season. Um, Based on just how things are falling, if the playoffs were to start today, where's wildcard number one? You would have you. I think your biggest obstacle, you had the biggest obstacles on your side of the bracket, but you wouldn't meet Floyd or Devin until the championship.
Yeah, which is would be fine. Um, I mean, I look forward to, playing the best people that I can. Um, I mean, the hardest matchups. Like looking into my division before the season even started, I was thinking that I thought my division was probably one of the tougher ones. Um, just with I didn't know much about Max, and I saw Colin last season some, but I know Stewart's had a pretty good draft outings lately, and I was like, this might be a little rough, and I've heard stories about how well Max can do and everything, and obviously he's doing really well. So
Well, believe it or
it,
not, this
it
is Max's first draft league.
really,
Yeah, I did his
huh?
interview, and this is his first real draft league. Um,
Oh wow,
Funny
oh,
story.
hmm.
I guess he told his friends that he's doing a draft league, and when he mentioned our name, they were super impressed that he was able to get a spot in our league. So yeah, Max has definitely showed that anyone can come in and draft and do well with good planning and play.
Yeah, for sure.
But anything else you would like to add? Tell the viewers, tell Main League, because the Main League guys are gonna watch these interviews.
Yeah, no, I figured. I mean, not too much. I just want to keep on keeping on and keep doing my best to keep the wins coming in. Hopefully, not fall short again like last season. Um, that was a tough loss in the semifinals.
and
Um,
that was to the
but yeah,
eventual champion.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it was a lot to it. Like I I wasn't really prepared. I'm not going to make excuses or anything, but I kind of got rushed into it, and I kind of regret agreeing to it
Mm-hmm.
when I wasn't fully prepared. So, but it is what it is. Um, but yeah, I just, like I said, I plan on keep giving it my best, and hopefully I rack in the wins and not come up short again.
Well, your battles have definitely been entertaining, and you know, keep your head up, keep going. Um, that will definitely do it for this interview. As always, guys, if you guys are interested in following us, go check us out on the Pokemon New Frontier Facebook group. The description in the below will have the link to the group. And thank you, Tyler, for doing this interview. Looking forward to watching more battles.
Yep. Thanks for having me. I'll try to keep it entertaining.
And with that, you guys have a wonderful week.